welcome to Entrepreneurship with Bosso Techno. Today I want to talk about why businesses fail, and this has touched me a lot to actually research about it and to write about it, because a lot of people have asked why people are failing, and the articles and reports are also stipulating the same thing, that businesses are failing. Yini guys, I'm a business failure in South Africa. Not only in South Africa, by the way, nationally, and internationally, business are failing. I know that because I was watching a TED talk, and even in the States, United States, businesses are failing. So basically, I want to talk about why business fail in the context of South Africa. And these points that I've put here, I believe these are the very points that are the core of why businesses are failing in South Africa. And I must say that this is very disheartening, because one would think that umuntu meqala business starts a business because there's a passion, but most of the time it's not the case. But if we start, the first point why people fail in businesses, people fail because they are desperate. They just want to start businesses because they don't have anything that they are doing. Most of these people, abantu abasuke bengenaso skill, they don't have a skill. They just want to start business because they want to make a living. They want to live. They just want money. And most of these people, especially in the businesses that requires a skill, if you do not have a skill, chances are, if you don't get the right people, if you don't attract the right people to be in your team, that could cause problems. Hence, that's why business fails. So one, it's because people start businesses because they don't have the skill. People start businesses because they don't have a passion. They just think it's going to be a catalyst to the better life. And that's not always the case. Most of the time, a business liqala ukuba right after 3 years. And if you start a business because you need money, chances are it's not going to be very easy for you. So that's one issue that our people have. And then the second issue is, almost every business in South Africa liqala because bafuna matenda. And the funny part is, the issue of matenda is very complex, guys. People, this is the routine of abantu base South Africa. They register a company, they get a bank account, they get a PE certificate, they get what you call a business plan, and then sebe apply la matenda. Oh, and then by register wonka matarabase as a South Africa. That's not a problem. The problem starts when you are bidding for a matenda and outside told, and then the patient say yapel. And the statistic says you have a registered business, but then a business like alisasebenzi. Why? Because ubusu dependele ukuthi uzosebenza ngamatenda, and when tenders doesn't work, which is a long process, by the way, and abantu abathola amatenda, sometimes abantu vele asebaziwa abane reputation. When if you are coming and you don't have a reputation, it's not going to be easy for you. So the second thing why businesses fail in South Africa is because people have the wrong mindset of starting businesses. You can't start a business because you want a tender. You must start a business because you have an idea, you want to solve a problem in South Africa or in Africa or internationally. That's the main reason why you should start a business. 3, people start the same businesses. Yes, lack of innovation. Lack of innovation in South Africa. I will talk about ekhaya lami la ngiphuma khona. I think we have 5 tuck shops. Endaweni that is even less than 500 meters. Wonke umuntu uqala i-tuck shop. Why? Because ayikho i-barber shop, i-local barber shop or i-salon, ayikho i-gym, ayikho amanye amabhizinisi, ayikho internet cafe, but everyone wants to start a business. Iyani ye-tuck shop yokudayisa ukudla, into lezi ezincane. Asikho innovative. We need to be innovative. As South Africans, we need to be innovative. We must talk about innovation. How do you become innovative? You become innovative by coming up with ideas. Look at the place where you are staying and look at the problem in that particular space. For instance, ngasekhaya, if there is a problem with the amanzi, what business can I start yokuthi abantu bathola amanzi? I can have bottles of water so that people can access water or buy water, if that's the case. There are so many things that you can come up with. So be innovative. Why businesses fail in South Africa is because they are not innovative. Abantu, they don't look at their target market. They want to start the business and the market is overpopulated, which is always the problem in South Africa. 4, lack of visible information and support. In South Africa, we don't have enough, how can I put this? We do have facilities or resources that are out there that are supporting people, but they are not enough. We have your CEDAs, we have your NYDA, we have the other incubators, are private and are public, but they are not enough. Some people about rurals, about low support. Information as little as how to register a business. It's a problem for most people in South Africa. How do you market your business, online or offline? It's a problem in South Africa. So a lack of information. In fact, we did our conference this year about this, and we started a system. In fact, we developed a system. We called it a one-stop answer. It was mainly because people doesn't have information. So the lack of information in South Africa is a huge issue. It's a huge issue. Not everyone knows how to go on YouTube and search for information and accurately search the right words to find the right sources. So that's the first information. 2 is skill. We don't have skills in South Africa. Most people, they do have skills in or ideas, but they lack a skill of executing. For instance, if you have a business and you can't market the business, it will die. If you have a business and you don't know socialize with people, networking, you're gonna have a problem. So those are the things that are the problem, and they boils down to information. If you don't have any information on how to network with other people, if you don't have any information on how to search for information, if you don't have any information on where to go if I need a funding, so it boils down to that. By the way, I hope the one-stop answer system is doing justice on trying to address that, to contribute obviously, because I mean there are so many people out there who are trying to give as much information as possible. But yes, the lack of information. And I am begging, I urge that all entrepreneurs, before you start a business, make sure that you research. You do adequate research. You make sure you look at all the sources around you. Ubheka ukuthi yini ezokwenza ibhizinisi lami lifeyile, yini ezokwenza ibhizinisi lami lisucceed, yini izinto efanele ngizibheke manje, yini into efanele ngibheke in a long term goal. So those are the things that are very important in businesses, and people doesn't do it. By the way, I will have another video to talk about a business plan. I don't think that we need a business plan, but I do think we need some sort of a paperwork that will assist people with information, to just put information in a very structured way. But I'm going to talk about it in another video. 5, entrepreneurs in South Africa, and arguably so across the world, they have high expectations. They think that businesses are just overnight success. Businesses take time. They take years and years. You would find someone who would tell you that a business will take 10 years and will succeed. So if you look at your Jack Ma, they started a business when internet was something that was not known at China. And at that time waqala ibhizinisi engazi nanokuthi i-target market yakho uzoyithola, because internet was not even there at the first place. So I mean, patience. Now uyena umuntu or richest person in China. He's one of the richest people in the world. So why? It's because of patience. If you look at Steve Jobs, if you look at Microsoft, Bill Gates, and all these people, even if we can come to South Africa, we can look at Obaba Maponya. I mean, there's so many people that we can look up to. Is success. Even our own struggle. If we look at it, which is Puma Petina as black people, it wasn't an overnight. But how do you think with a business in here, it's just going to be an overnight thing? It cannot be. So it's patience. That is 5. And it's a pillar. It's a pillar of business to be patient. Lastly, 6. It's the support. Black people doesn't support other black people businesses. Let alone black businesses. Even all businesses, because here I'm not categorizing based on race. I'm categorizing based on the support of a business. I support as a South Africa. We would rather buy something from outside South Africa rather than buying something that is established in South Africa. So that is our problem. We don't support our businesses. If someone sells ikiba, a baluti depend something, we would not buy those t-shirts. We would rather buy a brand ya patient. And for me, I think we are not doing justice to our very own people who are trying to make it in life, who are trying to feed families. Ultimately, those people are going to support kids at school. They will support their communities. They will support nationally. I'm a project as a South Africa. So, I mean, we need to support our very own people. And by the way, the statistics shows that if you support a black-owned business, you are supporting at least 5 or more people in that family. So it's very important that we support our very own businesses. And why they are failing? Because we don't have faith in them. So that's why they're failing. Having said that, I think honestly those are the 6 things that makes business fail in South Africa. 1, to recap, is we start businesses for wrong reasons. We don't have passion. 2, we start common businesses. We start businesses because we want tenders. We start business because we want fast money. 4, visible information. There is not enough information that is out there for people. Even a search engine is not good enough for us if we don't know how to search for information online. So information, we need information ending. We need our ecosystem where information yonke etela to South Africans or Africans is available. Google has all the information out there, but is it really tailor-made according to our specific needs as South Africans? Umuntu osekhaya nje okumarural will be able to use that information? That's the question. And by the way, I think that's an innovative idea as an African to think, what can we do to narrow down the information that is already there to reach the people who doesn't have phones at home in the rural areas, in the townships, people who are disabled? Are we even catering for those people and so forth? So those are the things that we really need to look at as black people, as South Africans, regardless of the color. I think those are the issues that we really need to look at. So 5, we need to look at the expectations issue. We tend to expect a lot from businesses. That's not the case most of the time. If business if it does by a few months you need to know how to sustain that business. That's another issue of sustaining a business. I will have another video again of just talking with how to sustain our businesses. And lastly, to support businesses, either black-owned businesses or African businesses. Thank you so much. Please follow our social media page. On Facebook, it's Entrepreneurship with Bosso Techno. YouTube where this video will be posted. It's Entrepreneurship with Bossa Techno. On LinkedIn, it's Entrepreneurship with Bossa Techno. On Twitter, on Instagram, same thing. Thank you so much. Bye.